welcome to another video. In this video we will install something called Webmin. This is a web administration interface. This creates kind of a user interface for a system administrator to go in and make changes to configurations without even hitting the terminal. It's all kind of web configurable. You do have to be careful because this is something that you don't want everybody to have access to, so it's probably even better to keep this behind your firewall so it's not accessible to the outside world, but maybe through another server, so you're not opening this port up. Because we will run on port 10,000, and this is a known port for Webmin. So the prerequisites: we're going to need a web server, and of course Ubuntu. We're going to need Apache. We're going to pretty much need a web server just because that's how it's going to serve up the domain. Another thing is a fully qualified domain for DNS entry. We won't do this piece because, again, you might not want it open to the outside world like that. So that's just something that is kind of, important or need to know. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to open up a file for edit here. And we're going to add a line inside of this file that gives us access to download that Webmin and other repositories that we need to keep this thing updated. So Control O, enter, exit. Now what we're going to do is actually get the PGP keys for Webmin so we can download it and kind of be secure. So we need to trust that repository, and we need to add this key to our repository. So let's see if we can get this. And see if we can get this. I'm going to need a key management tool for this, so when we add these keys, it's there. Oh, no. Again, if you're interested in the steps, it will be in the description of this video, just like any other videos. Sometimes you may not see a link there initially. It's probably because I'm still working on it. So, okay, we officially have those keys added. Now we're going to do an update so we can get those updated packages from the repository that we installed. Let's see. We'll just run an upgrade on this because it said there was 2 packages that needed upgrading. So we're going to go ahead and update it or upgrade it. So when you remember, sometimes when you're in your Linux box, you want to do your update and then your upgrade. It shouldn't take entirely too long. I'm also working on a video that I can show you guys updating Ubuntu from 18 up to the newest Ubuntu, which is 20. There's not really much you can see from the terminal side. It's more of a user interface change than anything. Alright, do I want to restart any packages that you download? Yes. Remember, you'll always get that message. So the next command is we're going to do our app install, and then we're going to do our Webmin. And again, this is kind of all you need for this to work here. And at the end, if everything installs correctly, you'll get a listing or information on how to connect to your Webmin system. Alright, it's still downloading. And again, this is going to be just getting Webmin installed. There's a couple of other approaches that you probably want to take, and that's securing your web administration client with Let's Encrypt, which is free. You can actually go and get a free SSL cert from Let's Encrypt. So remember, you want to do that for sure. I will probably do another video on how you guys can actually do that. But just remember, if you open this thing to the outside world and you're not secure, you're pretty much giving an attacker or a hacker access to your web interface. So let's see here. I don't think it's going to get there from here, but we will try it. I don't think it's going to answer on port 10,000 just yet. Yeah, it did not, or it is answering, maybe, possibly. So we are being redirected. We'll give this a little bit to come up. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to actually have to add, because this is not popping up as is, we will do a proxy into our web server to show this page so we can actually talk on 80. So let me change directories and see, oops, and see what I have in here. Okay. Let's just go to etc. Yeah, we do have an Apache too. And we do have sites available. Interesting. And what we're going to do is edit the default configuration here. We're going to go ahead and add a new virtual host. Oops. Because I believe this one is not, actually it may do it for us. It may. Put a couple of spaces here because I don't want to get rid of everything in there. We just need to add some information in here. It says server name. We're going to go ahead and not even put that one in there. And let's see if we can get that to actually work. And another thing that we're going to do is tell Webadmin to connect to SSL. I'm going to move this over so you guys can see this. SSL, we're going to change this to 0 so we don't necessarily require Webadmin to use SSL. So I'm gonna restart Webmin and see if it likes our configurations. Alright, we're gonna activate restart Apache here and see if we can get it into Webmin. Alright, so now we are in Webmin. This gives, of course, our IP that's on our local network. Since I didn't make another user for this, which you can, and you probably should, go ahead and use your root user. And once you log in, nope, I don't want to remember it. This gives you an interface into your Linux box. Again, this is the administration panel. You can see some nice network charts, graphs, processes. You can see your memory. You can see your CPU usage. Recent logins, disk usage. Another cool thing in here, and we will probably do a whole nother episode on what all you can do with this, because you have your Apache web server, and this kind of gives you a interface literally into your server. So you can create sites inside of here. You can do pretty much everything that you would actually do inside of the terminal, inside of a web client. So I'm really excited to have this installed and kind of show you the flexibility of things you can do. This automatically shows you what servers that you have installed on your system, and as you install servers, Webadmin will find those. So for example, let's see if it's going to let me connect. Yes. So now I can connect into my database, and I can actually see my database tables. You can drop databases. You can create databases. Again, this is all from this Webadmin client. But tune in for another episode if you want to see how this Webmin client works, and as we add services, how we can actually interact with it inside of Webmin. Please leave a comment in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and I will talk to you guys later.